Welcome to Joe. Ah, gosh, I think I need something to eat. Welcome to Podnutz Daily for July 14th, 2008. That's right, take 3. I'm going to get right into it here. Hope everyone had a good weekend, first of all. And back on Monday, had a busy day today. One of the things that we're going to do today, we started on, but we're going to continue it tomorrow. Had a customer bring in a computer, and they were saying that their hard drive is bad. And I asked them how they knew that, and they said because it was telling them. Now, not physically voice is actually telling them, but when they turned on their computer, right after the HP screen, the flash screen, the hard drive, the smart function of the hard drive, that's S.MA or M.A.R.T. Can't remember what it stands for. Something about a hard drive protection system or warning system. Bob probably knows what it is. Anyway, the smart system on their hard drive was telling them that the hard drive is about to fail, back up all your data, replace it, and replace the hard drive. So I always suggest keeping that smart feature on because it might save your butt if your hard drive is about to die. It'll give you at least a warning, and then you could get everything off of it while you have the chance. And that's what happened with this drive. Now here's the thing, and here's what we're going to do. The drive their operating system was pretty virus-ridden, but they were adamant about having their computer stay at the exact same. They wanted the exact same settings. They didn't want us to mess with any of the settings, any of the desktop icons, any of the way the system's running, or the way the system looks and is set up. They wanted to keep that. Now the husband had openly admitted that he was going to many sites that he was getting viruses from, and it made it like a bit of a, we have to weigh what we want to do here. We can either clone their disk replace the hard drive, clone their disk to the new hard drive, then clean out all the viruses from the new hard drive, or just install a new hard drive, reinstall an operating system, load the drivers, and then take all their data from their old drive and move it over to the new drive. Now, because she wants to keep all her settings and they have a lot of programs loaded, what we're going to try to do is clone the existing hard drive to a new hard drive and then clean all the viruses off. This way, all their settings will be saved. It'll actually be a lot faster, too, because cloning a hard drive can be a fast thing if you have USB 2.0 or if you're just putting it in the new hard drive internally into the computer along with the old hard drive. What we're going to do is run Acronis True Image and put the new drive. So we're basically going to boot up her computer normal, run Acronis True Image on her hard drive from her hard drive, and hook up the new hard drive through IDE to USB straight into the computer and clone her hard drive to the new hard drive through the USB cable. And then after cloning process is done, take out her hard drive, take the new hard drive, and put it in her machine. We're going to see how that goes tomorrow. But this way we can keep all of her settings and try to get that done fast. I mean, using Acronis, it's a great cloning program. Acronis True Image 10, I think was what we're using. Definitely recommend it. You can clone a drive real fast and have just like a total snapshot of the operating system. And if we do it this way, they'll also have a backup. All their old files, they could take their old hard drive and put it in the closet or something in case anything happens to the new drive. At least they have a backup somewhere. Another job we got in was a power supply. Just easy. These are easy jobs, guys. If you replace a power supply and you're a computer technician, it can be one of the jobs that are one of your easy jobs. The way I look at it, there's in this field you hit jobs that might take you hours or days, and then you have the easy jobs which make up for those hard jobs. Replacing a power supply is an easy job. You know, I charge $99. That includes the power supply. I get a $20 power supply at Micro Center. I have been getting a 450 watt power supply there from a company called Zion, Xion, and they've been working great. I mean, they seem like a pretty decent power supply. For the money, you can't beat it. It's 450 watts, $20, along with $79 labor charge, so it's $99 total, and that's a quick, $79 in your pocket. Let me talk about this computer I worked on today. Was probably the broke a record for the longest time I've actually spent working on a computer in consecutive days straight. Check this out. it's the computer I was talking about where the customer had a 4 gigabyte partition with his Windows installation on it, and the rest of the hard drive was about 50 gigabytes or 55 gigabytes left that had almost nothing on it. And he had his 4 gigabyte partition so jammed up that the computer was just crawling along because there was no room for the operating system to work. Well, I used Partition Magic 8, and what I basically did, what did I do? Let me think here. What he wanted, the end product, was just one partition. He didn't care about having 2 partitions. Somebody else set that up for him. He wanted one partition and the operating system on that partition and all of his stuff the way it was, and there were all those files in there, and it would have been fine. So basically what I had to do was merge the 2 partitions. When you have only a tiny bit of space to work with, I don't know if Partition Magic will allow you to merge the 2 partitions unless you have some space freed up on at least one of the partitions. And one was so full that I don't think it could do anything. So I took a lot of stuff off that first 4 gigabyte partition. I moved it to an external location, and then I ran the Partition Magic merge. And luckily I backed everything up because Partition Magic merge got like 99% of the way done. Gave an error, then the system would not reboot from his disk anymore. What happened was, I don't know if you guys have ever run into this, with Partition Magic, ran the program, got almost done, you get an error, I think it was a cluster error, I think it was called, and then next time the system tried to reboot, it would stay at a black screen with a blinking cursor. And I didn't know the immediate solution to this problem, so I Googled it, and I went through about maybe 50 Google listings of people having this problem, and there is no definitive solution that I found other than doing a Windows repair. And I didn't have a home Windows XP home disk, which is what he was running, so I couldn't do a Windows repair. That may have worked. Other than that, I don't know of a solution. So what I ended up doing was just backing everything up, because luckily his partition was still in shape. It just would not boot from that hard drive. I ended up backing everything up, reinstalling Windows, putting everything on his new partition with one new single partition. But just be careful with Partition Magic. Merging partitions, I think, is a hairy thing. Partition Magic will even warn you if it knows it can't do it. I finagled around that. I totally deleted one of the partitions, and I just told Partition Magic just to merge the existing partition with the rest of the free space on the hard drive, and it still didn't like that. So back up. If you're going to do any work on partitions, just back up your information. If you do know how to get rid of the blinking cursor screen, other than doing a Windows repair, tell me, because